friends, this fun science video that we're working on today is our homemade ice cream. I put all of our ingredients here on the board. If you cannot read it, because if for some reason it got like flipped for the video, I will type them all up on your Google Classroom or within this post somewhere so you guys can see it too. But first thing you guys always need to do, and we had talked about this while we were doing science in our classroom, is always put something on to cover your nice clothes or any clothes, just to make sure if you spill or if something happens, you're covered with something else, just so you don't ruin the clothes that you have on. So I am going to go change and show you what I wear when I do any of our science experiments or science projects, so you could possibly replicate what I have too. Okay? I'll see you in a little bit. Alright friends, so this is what I normally wear when I do any kind of science experiment or am playing with anything that's kind of messy. What I do is I put a long old shirt or my science lab coat on, and I have some kind of eye protection. For this video you don't need it, and I have my glasses too, but I always like to wear it just in case. So the first thing we are going to do is I'm going to kind of talk to you about what you're supposed to get and where you can get it around where we live. So you are supposed to have some half and half. I got this at the Merc, or you can get it at the dollar store. You need 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. I also got this at the Mercantile. You need some kosher salt. Got it at the Merc. You need some pure vanilla extract. I got this at the Merc, I believe, too. Ice. You can get it from the freezer. And then, that's it for like the ingredients, but I also have all of my mixing cups and spoons. You need a gallon-sized bag and then a quart-sized bag. I would also recommend, this isn't what was put in any of the steps or anything like that too, I would recommend some paper towels and some mittens, because when I made this earlier to test it out, it got really, really cold on my hands. You have to shake the bag for 10 minutes. What we're going to do first is I'm actually going to show you what the finished product looks like, because I did this before this video just to test it out and see how it works and to try it out and taste it, and it tastes really, really good. So I'll show you what it looks like now. I grab it out of my freezer. So when you're done, your bag, my ice kind of melted a little bit, but if you look inside, you'll see that there's a smaller bag in there. That is my ice cream that I made earlier. And this is another reason why I said grab some paper towels, because with all this water inside this bag, it does get really wet and kind of messy. So if you look right here, this is what your ice cream will look like when it's done. Okay? So I'm going to put this back in the freezer so we can make our own. And that way that stays nice and cold so I can eat it later for dessert. Okay, so your first step is where you need to grab your cup, or 1 cup of half and half. I have one that's already open, so I might need to open 2. You, if you're only making 1 serving of this will make like 1 quart bag of ice cream. So I'm going to use my 1 cup of half and half. So you can make, if you buy a pint of your half and half, you can make 2 of them. So you take your cup of half and half and open up your baggie, and you should pour your half and half in the baggie. I would recommend having some kind of container to hold. Bear wants to say hi. Say hi, Bear. Okay, go down, buddy. I would recommend having some kind of container to hold your bag over just in case you spill, because sometimes this does get kind of messy. So I'm just going to hold it over this. And then you pour all of your half and half in. And you can set this aside. Okay? You can look there and see my baggie has my half and half in it. And I did spill a little bit. And I'm just going to have this sitting right here. And then your next part is to add your sugar and vanilla. So what you need is 2 tablespoons of the granulated sugar. So I'm grabbing my tablespoons and I'm going to grab my sugar. You might honestly have some of this stuff at home already, so you don't have to go out and buy it too. I had a couple of these things already, but I was out of a few of them, so I had to go run to the store. So you need 2 tablespoons of the sugar in the milk mixture. So I'm going to add my 1 and 2. Okay? Once you're done with that, you do not need the sugar anymore. So that can be set aside. Alright, the next thing you need to add is your vanilla. So you are supposed to put half a teaspoon of vanilla extract in your ice cream or in your half and half. That'll kind of make it taste like vanilla ice cream, and it actually tastes really, really good. I tried the stuff that I made earlier and I really liked it. So open your vanilla extract and you should have half a teaspoon. So what I normally do, since this spoon is really tiny, I'll hold it over this bag and then put my vanilla extract in the spoon over the bag. That way, if you do spill, it spills into the bag. Okay? See, I already got stuff on my fingers. Alright, so you're done with your vanilla and you're done with your little mixing spoon. We can set those aside. Okay? One of the important things that you guys need to do is you need to make sure, the next step is to seal this. You need to try and get as much of the air that's in the bag out of it before you seal it. That way it makes it freeze a little bit faster and it works a little bit better. So what I normally do is I'll slowly fold my bag over just so I can kind of try and push all of the air out of it, and then I'll quickly seal it as all the air is coming out. Because if you fold it over, your half and half will start squeezing up. So if you look at this, it's closed and it doesn't have very much air in it. Okay? So we can set this aside for now, but we'll need it in a little bit. The next thing that you do is you need to open up your big gallon bag and put your ice and then your kosher salt in it. So for your ice, you should take 3 cups of ice. So this might be really loud on the video, but you scoop up all of your ice, or put your ice in your cup and put it in your bag. And you should do 3 cups of it. So 1, 2, 3. And now you don't need your big ice bowl anymore. Okay, so all of my ice in here. Now you need to add your kosher salt. So you need 1/3 of a cup of kosher salt. I bought this box from the Mercantile, and it's really nice because it actually has a spout that you can pour it out with. So I'm gonna grab my measuring cup, and I'm gonna do 1/3 of a cup in here. And I've noticed that this box leaks a lot too, so this part kind of is a little messy. So I'm putting my salt in here. Gotta have your full cup. Okay? And once you get a full cup, you dump it in your ice. You can put your measuring cups aside and you put your salt aside, because this next part is the part that takes a lot of work. What you need to do is you need to take your bag of your half and half and you need to put it in this big gallon bag and seal the bag. So I'll do that now. And seal it all nice and tight. Make sure it's not open at all. And now you need to shake the bag for 8 minutes. As you're shaking, you'll notice that your half and half does freeze and kind of turn into some ice cream. But you'll also notice that this ice, touching it right now, isn't really cold, but it turns even colder as you're shaking it. Um, so that's why I said grab your gloves. One thing that I noticed the last time that I did this is that when I was shaking my bag of ice, I had like some frost left over on my gloves from the outside of the bag. So what I want you all to think about is, why does the kosher salt and the ice do that? Like when they're shook, like if you shake them for 10 minutes, they get like extra cold. And they'll freeze the half and half and turn it into ice cream. And then why does it make it so cold where you actually have to wear gloves to do this? Okay? So once you put all of your stuff in here, I recommend putting your gloves on, like I'm doing now, and then grabbing your bag and shaking it, okay? I will stop 4 minutes in to show you what the ice cream is starting to look like. I noticed my last time about 3 or 4 minutes in, it actually started getting harder and harder and harder. So you can actually see that it's turning into ice cream, which is really cool, okay? All right, friends, we're gonna check and see what the ice cream looks like now after shaking it for 4 minutes. So if you open your bag, and just know when you reach inside the bag now, it is gonna be watery and kind of salty, so be careful because you're gonna get a little bit messy, okay? So I'm gonna reach in my bag. And remember the bag of half and half that was completely liquid 3.5, 4 minutes ago? Look at it now. It's frozen. It's a little smushy, so it's like really melty ice cream right now. So it's not completely done yet, but you can see that I actually have to like straighten it out and pull on it to get it to be completely flat like it was before. So the ice and the salt is actually working. So I'm gonna put this back in the bag and we're gonna shake it up for another 4 minutes, okay? All right. All right, friends, our 8 minutes are up. The recommended time to shake your bag is from 7 to 10 minutes, depending on, I guess, how frozen your ice cream is. So if your ice cream is not frozen within like 7 or 8 minutes, I would go longer. I went like 7.5 minutes for this one. So what we're gonna do, I have my bowl for my ice cream and a spoon to eat it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open up our bag. One thing I would recommend doing before you put your ice cream in your bowl is to like rinse off the bag with some water. When I tried it earlier with my other batch, I didn't do that, and I like took a scoop out of it and I took a bite. It tasted really good, but I got some salt on my spoon and that didn't taste really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna take my ice cream out. You see it's all frozen and in chunks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go wash this off and I'll be right back, okay? All right, I'm back. I have my bag all cleaned off and dried. The big gallon bag of the ice and the salt, you can actually go dump that out. You don't need that anymore because it's not as full of ice as it was. You can't really make more ice cream out of that stuff unless you want to add a bunch more ice in it. So I just dump mine down the sink or dumped it outside if you don't want to dump it down the sink. But we're gonna open our ice cream and we're gonna see what it looks like in our bowl. Okay? So I have my spoon, I have my baggie open, and I'm gonna scoop it out. Some of the stuff is actually kind of hard to get out. It looks like ice cream. And look at that. It makes almost a full bowl of ice cream. And it looks so good. Alright. That's as much as I think I'm going to get out of there. There's still a little bit on my table too. But if you look right here, this is the ice cream that we just made. Ooh, drop some. And it looks really cool. And it tastes like really, really good vanilla ice cream. So at this point, what you guys can do, sit down and watch a movie, enjoy your ice cream, maybe add some strawberries or peanuts or chocolate or any kind of sauce on them, and watch a movie and eat your ice cream like I'm gonna do now. Bye!